Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. It's always weird when my units go into like this dark shadow in the top right. You can see I can't select it. That goes away when I restart the game. At first, I thought it was literally Kabam being shady, but I don't know. It's been a new glitch in the last couple of weeks. I think Kabam has a huge opportunity as we continue to talk about Ascension. If you want to talk about Battlegrounds and specifically anyone remotely resembling an in-game player, 5 stars feel like yesterday's news. Unless you have somebody like Bullseye, who did get me a couple of huge Battlegrounds wins, especially last month when he was fresh out as an Ascended 5-star, and I'm currently hunting the 6-star version. Yeah, you're going to be pretty excited about using even a 5-star in Battlegrounds. But for the most part, in-game players, it's 6 and 7 only. So when you get Tier 1 Primordial Dust, which is used for 4 or 5 stars, and obviously I think the 5 stars are the no-brainer until Kabam gives us a reason to ascend 4 stars, which, for the record, I hope they don't, because I'd much rather ascend to 5-star. It becomes a conversation about, well, who should I even ascend, you know? Who should I care about most? And I have ascended somebody like Ronin in the past, who I didn't have a max sig 6-star and didn't want to waste the resources on somebody that's only going to be used a couple times a year because he's beyond God tier when you have the right combination of nodes and buffs on the defender that allows you to infinitely stun lock the defender. Though I feel like a much better, more evolved version of Ronin is Hulk. And this is why somebody like the Serpent has this new, really annoying but kind of clever mechanic and utility is stun immune during special attacks, so you can't lock in and link specials into stuns like we've been accustomed to going all the way back to pre-patch 12.0 OG Scarlet Witch. So, my advice when it comes to ascending 5 stars is, first off, I think Kabam has a huge opportunity for Ascended 5 stars. They can make an event just for 4 and 5-star champions. If you want to bring back skill, if you want to bring back competitiveness, and I'm not saying it needs to be something that's a main event like story mode. I'm not saying this should be an aspect of Act 8. But for a side quest, great. 4 and 5 stars only. Give people more motivation to target their favorite champions with an ascension, other than the fact that, oh, cool, I guess I'll do it. So one of those ascended champs is OG Hulk for me. He's my second favorite champ that I use the most next to Hercules. And so I'm going to go ahead and use my Dust, Tier 1 Primordial Dust, and ascend him in the first part of this video, and he goes to 17,000. And I still want to hope that at some point I'm going to look back and say that was a great decision for relevant content. Imagine if an Ascended 5-star could give you 7-star shards, could give you rank 4 and rank 5 6-star rank up materials. Kabam doesn't have to reinvent the wheel, and certainly their latest pattern of a historic amount of micro and macro transactions trying to bleed the cash from players is not going to give people a better enjoyment without swiping that credit card. No, it's got to be something more profound, more impactful. And so when I go up and I look at other 5 stars that I think, it seems like they're the future of the contest. The other champion that I just can't help but love, really, Scorpion is probably number 2 on this list of all the champions you see in front of you. But just for the sake of fun, Scorpion was probably going to be my next ascension. But y'all, Cosmic Ghost Rider is just the best. And there have been so many Battlegrounds times where I would have lost, but I had him as an attacker. And I recently used my 6-star Cosmic Ghost Rider, which, by the way, when people ask how much does Ascension affect level up, it doesn't really affect it. It just so happens that I, after being gone for a week, had the Tier 1 Primordial Dust to make this video. But in general, Cosmic Ghost Rider is a champion that Kabam is not going to be able to make irrelevant ever. There are going to be plenty of fights where he is still so valuable, and one of them was in one of my recent Valiant level Battlegrounds wins after taking two. I played well. I lost 2 matches in a row after winning all these in a row. I got cocky, got humbled, played well, still lost, and then as I was trying to bounce back, this got me a huge W from against Nifty Gal Lifty, who's a really nice player. Love meeting these great players. He didn't block the Serpent, used him on defense. OG Scarlet Witch was still not able to get him down in the 2 minutes. And then I had never used Cosmic Ghost Rider versus Atuma. I usually prefer to use, a mutant champion with the class advantage, but in this case, Cosmic Ghost Rider was who I used, and he was amazing. So I just have to say this. Ascension as 5 stars would be a great side quest, especially with in-game rewards for using these players. We need Ascension to give us a reason to use champions that, unless you're doing the arena, and even then you're probably not using 5 stars much, they're just collecting dust. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And I want this game to be around another 10 years, not just because I love producing YouTube videos on it, but because I don't want the community that has stayed so loyal to this game for so many ups and downs to go away. You have to be able to utilize champions and resources that are free, that players have, and that have been playing the game every day, and give them a reward. Tier 1 Primordial Dust is mainly collected when you still play the game every day in between whale holidays. Make it worth it so that people who don't just log into the game mainly to spend on July 4th or Cyber Weekend, or now Caps Commissary or Spring Cleaning or Valentine's Day or all the other holidays that seem to be accumulating, as Kabam is now going from every 6 months asking players to spend $1,000 to now every 2 months, on top of all the daily deals and everything else. I mean, if you were to buy everything every day to quote-unquote stay caught up, which I hate in this game's mentality, you could spend well over $15,000 a year. That might be a conservative estimate. And a lot of people, it's either that for this game or food and rent and student loans and kids' athletic gear, That's why this channel exists, for those people. Not for the people who are the best of the best. There are plenty of other YouTubers who are, they've forgotten more about this game and the skills of this game than I'll ever learn. But this channel still exists to talk about the people who maybe even can't even buy the Black ISO store, because right now they need that $10 for their kids' school pictures. I don't know. I just know that that's why I still do this. I appreciate y'all's feedback. And Tier 1 Ascension Dust, no-brainer. Kabam has a opening, and they just need to try. And the same is true for 1 and 2 stars and 3 stars. When was the last time we had a reason to use them, especially for in-game rewards? Bring back that 7-star arena and give us a chance to get more 7 stars in an arena where we're rewarded for lower champs. A lot of people have people just collecting dust. A good way to dust off the champs is to use, ironically, the Tier 1 Primordial Dust. Thanks for watching.